Never been defined. What the fuck? It so has been defined right here, you bitch nugget. Otherwise, the drone would just keep raping the first one. The time has come for one of the most important part of the coding process. Optimization. As you see, obviously, our drone is working beautifully. The code I've written is a little long, not really clean, but it works. It does what it's supposed to do. Now this game has many stages and many mechanics. Basically, we plant crops and harvest them. That's it, right? We need those crops mainly to unlock certain upgrades in the skill tree. Is it a skill tree? I'm gonna call it a skill tree. And usually you also need the crops to buy seeds for different crops. For example, this is grass. It produces hay. We have a lot of hay. These are trees. We get wood from trees. So far so good, all that is free. But then we got carrots. These carrots. For carrots, we need carrot seeds, obviously, and they cost hay and wood. So in order to plant carrots, we first need to cut some trees and cut some grass. Then we have these pumpkins. Pumpkins take, oh, wouldn't you guess that, pumpkin seeds. For those, we need carrots. Then we've got sunflowers. For sunflowers, we need those carrots as well. Yes. Then we've got fertilizer. For that, we need pumpkins. Why do you need fertilizer? Well, we need fertilizer because there's a way to create a maze which earns us gold. So in other words, to get gold, we need pumpkins. Then we've got cactus seeds. And for those, we need that gold. Right? So it's all connected. And now I've been just manually switching between these, layouts, this one, the generic one, then the mazes, the cacti, and so on. That's not optimal, especially since the sunflowers and pumpkins scale massively with size. So I think today is the day where we actually implement a giant loop encapsulating all of that code into one, and basically switches between each branch of the code. So sometimes we grow pumpkins. When we have enough, we grow sunflowers. And then maybe cacti. And then do some mazes, stuff like that. First of all, I really want to unlock this final fucking speed upgrade and the expansion. 75,000 pumpkins needed. I think I'm gonna start from scratch. Call this Farmer 9.0, obviously. This is already the 9th generation of farmers. Copy this code, but actually I'm gonna discard most of it. For now, I just want the pumpkins. So basically, we have a while loop here, and the main point is we go over the whole farm, plant the pumpkins, then harvest them once they've all grown and combined into one. I'm gonna leave the watering in because why not? And that's about it. Just pre-buy some pumpkin seeds and the fertilizer as well, so it's a little faster. Let's just see what this does. I think the yield of this should be insane. The thing is that pumpkins yield... Oh, I fucked up. There, okay, I fixed it. Anyway, the point is that the pumpkins actually combine into one, and they have a chance of dying while growing. But ideally we want big pumpkins like this one. When a big pumpkin gets harvested, the yield is not the sum of the individual pumpkins, but instead the size of the large pumpkins cubed. So this was a 9 by 9 pumpkin and it yields 9 cubed. However, since I've upgraded the pumpkins a bunch, you can see it here, we're up to 800% yield, then it's 9 cubed times 8. That is insane profits. Alright, we've got 77,000 pumpkins, so we can expand the farm. For the last time, I do believe. Yes, max level 10 by 10 farm. So now the yield should be 10 cubed times 9. It should be 9,000, so we can actually check whether I am right with the times 9 part. So we're at 2,000, we should get 11. Or get to 11, to be precise. And we didn't. Oh, maybe we did. Because we're at 9,000, but the stupid drone already bought a bunch of fertilizer and a bunch of pumpkin seeds. I mean, the fertilizer is what actually costs pumpkins. Anyway, on to sunflowers. because we need that drone speed. Anyway, I've actually called this the pumpkin planter. We're only gonna call this when we need pumpkins. So I'm gonna define a function here, and I'm gonna state a goal. So only break this while true loop if we actually have enough pumpkins to satisfy this given goal. So I'm gonna just call it goal, and I need the drone to know how many pumpkins it has. Does it know? It does not. But I think I saw a function like that somewhere here. Num items, that's the one I wanted. So I'm not gonna say while true, but I'm gonna say while num items of entities.pumpkin is strictly lower than the goal. Lower than the goal. Like that. So we call this function and say, I want this many pumpkins. You do what you have to, just plant your pumpkins, maybe water. I'm gonna have to optimize this because the pumpkins actually work a little differently, but plant the pumpkins until you have the goal amount. Now just a tiny little optimization here, and that's it. I'd say we can be happy with that. Now I just copied all the code and I'm gonna do the same for sunflowers. Now the two functions are pretty similar, so I might do a generic one, but the truth is that the sunflowers work a little differently than the pumpkins, which also work a bit differently than the standard items like carrots and trees and so on. So with the sunflowers, we actually only want to harvest. You know what? Actually, let me run it. So sunflowers produce power. And to unlock this upgrade, we need 2000 power. So I'm gonna set the goal as 2200, just to be safe, and run this. And it already failed. Never been defined. What the fuck? It so has been defined right here, you bitch nugget. Oh, this has two T's. Oh boy. Okay, let's run it again. There we go. So, we're planting sunflowers. Now, I said they work a little differently. The way sunflowers work, each sunflower has a different amount of petals. So what the drone does is it lets the sunflowers grow and only harvests the sunflowers with the maximum petals among all of them. You see, the drone is now quite speedy. It's because it's using this power it gained from the sunflowers. And it also stopped watering them. I don't think I need to water the sunflowers since we never replant them or almost never replant them anyway. Now there is indeed room for optimization. I've already tried. I feel like at this point in time it's not worth it that much. But yeah, we need to optimize this. This is just bullshit. So see, the drone just harvested this sunflower, planted it, then went all the way around until going back to it and harvesting it again. Because it's kind of likely that this sunflower that just got harvested is gonna get harvested again. So the drone can actually measure the amount of petals the sunflower has and just wait for it to grow there without having to, go through everything. That is, if the newly planted sunflower is the new maximum. Anyway, we are getting quite close to our goal. When you harvest a sunflower, it basically takes in the power of all the sunflowers on the field. And we're almost there. I think one last harvest, maybe. Okay, now we're over. And the while loop, yeah, nice. So the while loop ended because this condition got triggered. So we've got power lower than the goal, meaning we've already reached the goal of 2200. And that means we can unlock this speed upgrade. Shit, and there's another one. 26 is the new goal, and I don't think I'm gonna water these sunflowers. And I really think I should wait for a sunflower. If I've just planted one and it's the new maximum, I should wait for it to grow and harvest it, right? Oh, it got stuck. Why did it get stuck? I see, that's because we failed to plant the sunflower. The thing is that we don't have any carrots. So that's gonna be another escape condition when you've run out of these items. So let's say while we've not reached the goal. Oh, fucking idiot. I'm buying pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds. And I'm just gonna say if the trade failed, so if not trade, so we try to buy the sunflower seeds, we can't buy them because we don't have the resources. Let's just return. Now I'm really an idiot because I bought a fuck ton of pumpkin seeds. shit. Now actually, before we proceed any further, I think it's time to also unlock the polyculture. And yeah, as you see, I've started growing some pumpkins. I've got a floating error here. Can you not? Okay, that's a bug, clearly. Oh, so grass, bushes, trees and carrots yield 10 times more when they have the right plant companion. What the fuck? So we need to find out what the companion of each individual plant. So for example, we plant a bush, ask about its companion, and we get carrots 3-5, which means the bush wants to have carrots at the position 3-5. So if we plant carrots at 3-5 and then harvest the bush, it will yield 10 times more wood. Holy shit. Oh, that's bullshit. Companions work for grass, bushes, trees, and carrots, and the companions are grass, bushes, trees, and carrots. Good, but always a different plant than itself, right? And the position of the companion is within 3 moves. I see. Well, I'll say that's an issue for another time, to be fair. This is gonna be pissing me off. It just is there. Also, as a bonus, I don't have to water these carrots for most of the time, that is. So back to the sunflowers. We need 2.6. Oh, it moves with me. Oh, I see. So whenever I click the unlocks panel, this error gets displayed here. Fun. Anyway, we've got a lot of gold, so let's increase the yield of these sunflowers just a bit. Run this. And like I said, the companions are something to be figured out next time. Now I just need the whole code to work together. Alright, the drone has stopped, which means we've got over 2.6 thousand. So let's unlock the speed upgrade. And shit, there's more. Okay, well, I have to optimize this crap. So this is the code for sunflowers. And I would like to harvest a sunflower if it has the maximum, plant a new one, and if the new one is the new maximum or the same, we wait and harvest. But we only have to do it once all these sunflowers have been planted. Otherwise, the drone would just keep raping the first one. So I've got this all planted boolean, which at the end of these for loops gets set to true. Here we plant the sunflowers, measure its petals. So let's say if current petals is larger or equal to max petals, we wait and harvest. Otherwise, we need to plant and measure again. So this is going to be a while loop, and we're just going to do a flip here for now, because I need the else branch. So else the petal count is lower, we just break this while loop and continue here. So append and calculate the new maximum. Sorry, why am I calculating the new maximum? I don't have to, because I know it's lower. Delete that shit. So I think this should work now. We're gonna run out of carrots, but let's try running the code again. Oh, and I forgot. I forgot about the all planted boolean. So if all planted and we currently have the new maximum. Right, that's it. Retry. Yeah, okay, so it's planting everything. And now, whenever it harvests... shit. Okay, I fucked up, because now it's not harvesting anything at all. Ah, bollocks. Oh, I'm an idiot. I need this max petals update there, because of the first pass. So whenever we, plan for the first time, we need to keep updating the maximum. Or I could maybe only do it once at the start or at the end, because it's a loop. So plant everything, then all planted is true, go again, calculate the maximum, and then you can start harvesting, and when replanting, you can harvest again. And if it's not the maximum, you just add it to the list of petals, and you don't update the maximum, because why would you? Okay, that's smart. Not current petals, obviously, just max petals, there you go. What's your problem? Oh, there. Okay, this should work now. Come on, don't tell me I fucked up again. Oh no, max petals was 0 and it's 15. Yes, it works. So now it's waiting for this sunflower to grow, harvest it. It's not the maximum anymore, Now we're waiting for this one. We could use with some watering after all, it seems. Now while this is going, let's see how the planter or the farmer actually should work. Oh shit, and I have to create a new function because if I edit this, it's gonna stop executing. And we can upgrade the speed again. Luckily, I managed to upgrade it in time before the drone could check that it's already, reached the goal. So it's still going. Should I state a goal for the carrots? Or should I maybe instead say, so just keep planting until you run out of resources that came before you? That's not bad. I might edit the code so that we don't have to pass a parameter. Or like, can I say null? None. Okay, we've got none. What if I said none? I would love to say if goal is none, then goal equals like the maximum value of an integer. Okay, I've got a new function, is not done, that should tackle this problem. So basically we get a goal, right? And it's either none, null, as I would say, or a number of items needed. Here in the while loop, we said, while we don't have enough numbers to reach the goal, we keep going. But now instead, we're gonna ask, while is not done, we continue. And we put here the goal and the item we're currently planting, which in this case is items.carrot. Then this function gets called. If the goal is none, true, we are not done. Otherwise, if we still haven't reached the goal, we're also not done. Otherwise, we are done. So after all, I'm gonna have to have this tools file or whatever to call this. So back to this, I can now say plant carrots none, so plant until you run out of hay and wood. Time to upgrade the speed again. It's still going. Now I see we've reached quite an interesting moment. It seems that no sunflower can have fewer petals than 8. Now all of them have 8 apart from this one. Okay, 7. Okay, less than 7. So basically the drone is stuck on a single sunflower because it always has the same or more amount of petals. That's actually quite interesting. This also means it's probably impossible to run out of carrots this time, since the drone basically never has to buy new seeds, right? It's gonna run out eventually since it's stuck in this loop. And then we're gonna get an error because it no longer can plant an item. But we still have 3,000 left to go. So for now, I'd say that the loop should look something like this. You plant grass and trees. I put an arbitrary number of 20,000. Then you plant carrots until you run out of grass and trees. Then you plant sunflowers until you have, let's say, 5,000 power, which means you should be quite speedy when planting the pumpkins. After you run out of carrots, you just earn gold, so make mazes where you have to buy fertilizer. And once you run out of fertilizer, you do the cactus puzzle and earn the cactus items until you run out. After actually editing the functions so they are capable of getting these arguments, we can simply say, okay, I want to unlock more pumpkins. So let's plant carrots. I want 33,000 of them. But somehow I'm still not satisfied by this. This solution feels not really great, useful. Doesn't feel like an achievement. I just want to solve more puzzles. Come on, clean code is for pussies. I don't mean that obviously, but I don't want clean code. I want puzzles. Now the main reason this video is shit is because I had really hard time concentrating on the code, couldn't really focus, having to explain everything and so on. So I played some thinking music and got it done. Eventually I managed to go from this to this. Let me introduce you Farmer 9.0. So like I said, we can either set a limit of the amount of wood or pumpkins we need, or just put none, and it's gonna make as many as it can. Right now, I set those limits a little bit ahead than what we've got here, and let me show you how it works. So trees should be first, obviously planting them in this pattern, since they take a long time to grow otherwise. As a bonus, we can also get some hay too, which is the reason grass planting is done later after trees, because we usually don't need any more anyway. Then there's carrots. I said 30,000, we've got that, so we're already on to pumpkins. I said please make me 60,000 pumpkins, we've got 52k, so that hopefully shouldn't take long, should be just like one pass, right? Let's see, I said let's see, come on, do it faster. Yep, okay, no, it wasn't enough. Never mind, another pass is needed. What I've also done is created these tools, quite useful. So we've got fertilize, it buys the fertilizer if needed, and then uses it, tells us whether the fertilizer was or wasn't used. More pumpkins, what the fuck? I did say just 60,000. Have we found a bug already? We've reached that. So the mazes were triggered, and as you see, the drone is simply earning gold. I said 25,000 is the goal. We've got 22, slowly getting there, using the pumpkins to fertilize the bush and create the maze. And now we're solving the cactus puzzle. Now honestly, there's like a slight bug in the mazes part. It sometimes kills the program a bit too early and I have no idea why. But anyway, I'm still glad that this thing really works. The other useful tool I use is the buy function I created. So normally I would just call trade, but sometimes I already have the items I'm trying to buy. So this should help us zero those sunflower seeds and stuff like that. So only buy if you actually need that. So as you see, the code is a bit cleaner. So we have while is not done, we have fertilize, we have if not fertilize because it obviously returns. So I know that the maze can't be made because we've ran out of fertilizer and can't buy anymore. I also created this simple planter, which can basically only be used for grass and bushes, because those don't require us to buy any seeds, right? So that's as simple as you can get. Okay, this is new. I guess I've never let it run till the end before. Okay, I better kill it. So normally this would be used with the none thingies, and it would really be able to run indefinitely and just give us as many resources as we need or can possibly use. We now have enough stuff that we can upgrade cactuses and sunflowers almost. Okay, we can buy the dinosaurs too. I'm sensing a really difficult puzzle there. So I think I'm gonna leave it for the next time. The code is also still a bit shit because I haven't unlocked the dictionary, so hold your horses. Or as I would say, comb your tits. But I gotta say, we did get much further this time.